Hey guys, what's going on? Daryl Addison at Torpedopot.com. Daryl Addison at Torpedopot.com. And guys, these are our self-growing planters. They grow your food with no human intervention. In other words, what we did is that we threw our seeds in this planter, we threw our plants in this planter, and it grows our food for us with no human intervention. And so we get healthy food all of the time. There are approximately 100 seeds in this planter, and they're doing just fine. So what I want to do is come back and harvest. Now, the reason why we threw these seeds into the planter is for 4 basic reasons. Number one is because the radish is a very resilient plant. You can eat the bottoms, you can eat the roots, you can eat the leaves, you can eat the stems, you can eat the flowers, but more importantly, you can eat the pods. And I don't see any pods in these, they're not developed that far yet. But in these little pods, oh, here's some right here. Oh, they're here also. These little pods, you can actually see what, this is going to open up and look like a string bean. There's going to be a lot of them all over the place. And we love the pods and we eat them also. So right now, one of the other main reasons is why is because, well, first of all, we get healthy food all of the time. Torpedopot produces healthy food all of the time. It's a precision growing system that grows your food no matter what you do. It's guaranteed to grow your food. Now, if I wanted to have bigger bulbs or roots, I would less populate this plant. If I wanted to get more foliage and microgreens, then I would populate the plant with over 100 planters. If I wanted to get the seeds and the pods from this, well then I overpopulate it, and as you can see, we get hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands of flowers. Torpedopot does that for you. It's the world's amazing growing system. So what I gotta do right now is that I'm going to start to harvesting, and I don't know what it looks like, but let's give it a try. Now remember, now we were harvesting this for the flowers and the heads, but the last thing we did is that the reason why we put so many plants into this one plant is because, well, we wanted to build up the biotic environment. We wanted the living organisms to grow and to develop and start feeding on the root systems of the plants. And so we wanted to build a really great environment for us to put our pepper seeds in. And so we've been able to do that. So what I'm going to do now is start harvesting these. And so I'm going to put on my gloves because I'm ready to put my peppers in. Give me 1 minute. Now I could cut the tops down. Well, what I want to do is to really measure and see exactly what the how much foliage we're getting from these planters. That's my goal. So what I did, I turned the water down a little bit so it won't get too messy, and the soil will be a little bit dry, and it'll shake itself off. But right now, these are my planters for foliage. What I did is that allow them to overgrow in order to produce foliage. So we want to see exactly, overall, how much foliage we're going to get from this planter. Okay. Oh, the soil looks great, guys. I ain't gonna lie to you, it looks really great. Okay. So this is what we've been able to gather so far from this one planter. Isn't that beautiful? That's a beautiful bouquet of flowers. It's absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning to myself. So this is food. And the pods that come from this, they will also be food. We're doing a later video where you'll see the pods. But what I want to do right now is that I want to take this, I want to see what they weigh. I want to see what they weigh. I want to see what they look like. And so I've gotten enough dirt off. So let's take a little slight weight of this right here. See what it weighs. Okay. So what we're looking at, from this foliage, you're looking at 2 pounds and 14 ounces. That's close to 3 pounds of food coming from this one planter. Now, remember, we haven't even grown the pods yet on the tips of these. So once the pods start to grow and to develop from these plants, then you're going to get a lot more plants, more than you could ever imagine. And so let's sit down and assess what's going on here. These torpedopots, these self-growing planters grows your food with no human intervention. You simply put your seeds in and your plants in, and it literally grows your food for you. It's perfect environment for my peppers. I love this. I love this. This is beautiful. And so what makes it so special is that we have 2 pounds and 14 ounces here of foliage. Well, I want you to understand, this torpedopot grew it so well that it drew 2 pounds of carbon from the air. And it mixed it with its own biochemical processes. And therefore it's able to grow food so efficiently. In other words, we extracted carbon from the air to grow these plants. So that's why they're so beautiful. Because when they're around you, you give off carbon, so much of it. And they love being around you. And that's why they grow so well. So torpedopots in inner cities, where all you do is throw your seeds or your plants in this planter and watch it grow for you, is a dream that's it's a reality that can truly come true in any city. And so this is what it does. It cleans the air. I took bad carbon, converted it into good carbon by turning that knob right there, putting my seeds in, putting my plants in, turning that knob, and letting my system run by itself with no human intervention. I think that's amazing. So if this is about close to 3 pounds, 2 pounds, 14 ounces, let's do the rest of them and see how much we get out of it. Isn't that amazing? That's beautiful. Now this has already been cut down. As you can see, we cut this down for foliage, so we liked it, we love it, we cooked it down, and it started to grow back. Let's try another one. I want you to understand how long this is taking. It's not taking a long time at all. To pull one crop out and put another crop in. Torpedopot grows your food for you. You don't ever have to worry about growing your food again. All you do is put your seeds and your plants in this planter right here, in this torpedopot, and it literally grows your food for you. If this is close to 3 pounds, I can say that this is probably over 3 pounds in terms of food itself. Doing a great job, a tremendous job. Let's try another one, guys. You ready? All right. Oop, left some over here. I can't believe it. Let's weigh this, see what it weighs. £2, 15 ounces. So it looks like we're getting between 2 to 3 pounds of foliage for each planter, 2 to 3 pounds of foliage. So the radish seed sells for thousands of seeds for a really inexpensive price. And so we can spin these seeds and create more seeds at will anytime we want to by simply putting the radish plants inside the planter. And this is a lot of foliage. This is about 6 pounds right here alone, just from that. That's a lot of foliage. Guys, these are torpedopots. These are self-growing planters. All you do is put your seeds in that planter, put your plants in that planter, and it literally grows your food for you. You never ever have to grow your food again in your life. It grows it for you. You can develop your growing system any way you want to. You can grow radish for the roots, for the leaves, for the balls at the bottom of the roots, from the flowers and the seeds and the pods. So whatever you choose to do, it's strictly up to you. But we, oh my God, we just love growing. So you're looking at about, from each planter, between each self-growing planter, from 2 to 3 pounds. Remember now, with these planters, you never water. You never feed. All you do is put your seeds in that planter right there, and it grows your food for you. Look how perfect this food is growing. There's no blemishes, there's no anomalies. There's nothing wrong with this food. This is perfect food all of the time. And Torpedopot does it. Again, put your seeds in that planter, put your plants in that planter, and it'll grow you more food than you've ever seen before. A lot of you can't grow consistently in the ground. It's not possible. We poison our soils. And getting water and everything to do everything the way we want it to go doesn't work. You can't water on the right schedules, can't feed on the right schedules, weeds are coming up. You have to buy equipment to till the ground. We don't need that. We just simply put our seeds in this planter, and it grows our food for us. It smells so good. All right, let's try a little bit more. Okay, so we have two types of growing paradigms. We have the 16-inch planter and we have the 20-inch planter. The 16-inch planter is here, all back. 20-inch planters are for up here. So for the 20-inch planters, we're able to produce over, in each planter, about 2 pounds, 14, 15 ounces, and the accuracy is amazing. For the smaller planters, now we can see how much they produce. Let's take a look. Right. From the 16-inch planters, we were able to produce exactly 2 pounds of radish. The bulbs are a lot smaller because, again, we're not growing them for the bulbs. We're thickening them up with a great density by putting hundreds of seeds in these planters because we want to eat the foliage and the microgreens. Unfortunately, weren't able to get to the microgreens in time, so they took off and started growing. We'll let them grow. So 2 pounds for the smaller planters, almost close to 3 pounds for the bigger planters. 2 pounds for the smaller, and over 3 pounds for the big planters. All right, let's try another one. One pound, 12 ounces. So we're looking at about 2 pounds for the smaller ones and close to 2 pounds, 14, 16 ounces, close to 3 pounds for the larger 20-inch plant. Let's do some more. Okay, let's try it again. Yeah, 1 pound, 13 ounces. So yeah, they're coming around 1 pound, 13, 14, and 12 ounces. It's pretty big, pretty big. is a carrot that we planted last year, and the seeds were still in the planter, and it took off and started growing. Isn't that beautiful? Man, it's beautiful. That root system and everything else is absolutely beautiful. It's gorgeous. Stalks are beautiful too. They're strong. Nice, big, strong stalks. Look at that. Boy. So I think we were able to put about 100 carrot seeds in each planter, then harvest them for the microgreens, and then back them out as we need them. It's amazing, amazing. Okay, so what we're looking at here shows over our crop. Let's pick this one out. Take it out. I'm gonna let you know you're putting in one crop and taking out another crop in less than an hour. This is how your gardening should be. 1 hour gardening. And so I have a family of rabbits on the side of the house. I'm going to feed them. Okay. So what are we looking at? We have 1, 2, 3, 4 of the 20-inch planters. Guys, you don't know, these are torpedopots. These are self-growing planters. All you do, oh, this smells so good. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. Whew, man, these are self-growing planters, and all I did was put my seeds in these planters around me, and it literally grows my food. I don't have to grow my food anymore. And it did it so well. This bouquet of flowers is amazing. This truly is amazing. And the food that it produces is like nothing I've ever seen before in my life. I love my radish. And it does a good job growing it. So, we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, about 16, 18 pounds of radish parts. 18 pounds of radish parts. And that's a lot. Now, I wish you could smell this. I really do wish you could smell this. It is amazing. Guys, these are my self-growing planters. What I did is I took my seeds and I put them in this planter, and they grew my food for me. So much so I never ever have to grow my food again. I've been able to produce about 18 pounds of radish parts that I can do whatever I want to do. And these are not counting the pods. We extracted all this carbon from the air, well, and we put it in these plants here. For animal feed, for baby formula, whatever you choose to do, these parts are here for you. Nutrition is available for you 24 hours a day. I'm gonna cut the tops down because all I do is really eat them. So I'm gonna cut the tops down. For those who don't know, these are Torpedopots, self-growing planters that grow your food for you with no human intervention. All I did was throw my seeds in this planter, put my plants in the planter, and it grows my food for me. I never ever have to grow my food anymore. And it does a really great job. I'll do is I'll slice all the tops off of these. I'm gonna cut them in. I'm gonna lightly fry them down with a little bit of salt, some other vegetables. And I'm gonna have a meal that very few of you get to experience in your whole life. I sit down and smell the flowers. They smell so good. It smells like honey. It's so good. You're able to smell the flowers and do things that we've never been able to do before at Torpedopot. And that is grow your food. Down at Torpedopot.com. We're for a really great season. Again, 18 pounds of of radish parts coming out of these planters. They help me build a biotic environment to start my next crop. And that's gonna be very beautiful because I'm good to go. I'm ready to go. Talk to you guys later. And what I'm gonna do with this beautiful mess. This is so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Bouquet of flowers. This is food. This is my food. And I grew it in this Torpedopot right here. All I did was put my seeds in that planter, put my plants in the planter, and it grows my food for me. I never have to grow my food again in my life. Not only am I eating healthy, I don't have to weed, I don't have to till the ground, I don't have to turn anything over. Just put your seeds in that planter right there. And it grows your food for you. You'll never have a problem again. What's so interesting is that a lot of you are running around trying to find help for your body. Dude, it's right in front of your face. Get a Torpedopot. See, I use my Torpedopot. These Torpedopots have been running now for about three years now. All I do is walk up and throw seeds inside of them and they grow my food. I never ever have to grow my food again. And they do it so well. And trust me, this is food that you need in your body. The animals don't need this as much as you do. You need this. They need it to produce your food, but you also need it. Darryl Addison, Torpedopot.com. Darryl Addison, Torpedopot.com. Talk to you guys later. All right, bye-bye. All this food is amazing, isn't it? I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it. Oops, don't want you to fall down. All that work I did. Well, I'm going to cut you down. I'm going to have me a nice ball with you, pal. Those stems and leaves look so good. And they're very fat and nutritious, too. So what I normally do, so for those who don't know, when I'm using my radish parts in my meal, the stems and the leaves, I determine how far I cut down on the stems. Well, because some of them get tough after a period of time. In your Torpedopot, they'll be nutritious. The chemistry inside of the plants will be flowing. A lot of the transevaporation will be taking place, so they remain healthy, they remain strong. So they don't harden up as some plants do quickly during age because of the deficiency in that environment. So you're going to get a lot of beautiful plants coming out of your environment with Torpedopot. Remember, all you do is put your seeds in that planter, put your plants in that planter, and watch it grow your food for you. And you won't have a problem with nutrition again in your life. I had have sarcoidosis, ruined me, almost on my deathbed. I was able to eat healthy food and it brought me back. I don't want to say healthy food, I'm going to be very clear. I don't mean stuff you buy in the supermarket. But by the time you get it, all the nutrients have been evaporated out of it. And you get the shell, which is really a bunch of stratified weed form of material, carbon. Here you're getting fresh material that's beefed up within the proper structure so that you can eat healthy. So how I determine that, I go back down the plant and I pop it off to determine how far I develop these plants are so I can start eating them. So this right here, I know automatically all the flowers, I'm probably going to eat them. But the stems, you want to find out how far can you go down and eat them too. That's pretty beautiful. Now, the reason why these are hanging over right here is because when they were standing up, you had a lot of transevaporation. Water was coming through the root system, going up through the plant, and making it stand up. Within a matter of less than an hour, see them limping over here? Distinct between the two. And so you start to see them limping now because the water, the transevaporation has been ceased. It's not happening like it used to anymore. And that's what Torpedopot is great at. Allowing the microbes to grow your food, allowing that water to pass itself through, but those nutrients are going through with it to start to form the plant and design it the way you want it to be. I love it. All right, you got our ads in Torpedopot.com. You got our ads in Torpedopot.com. I'm gonna cut this in. I'm gonna have me a beautiful meal, and I'll talk to you guys later. Okay, bye-bye.